Hey, it's Emma in the post recording editing studio. If this is your first episode of our podcast that you're listening to, please know that we were super starstruck and anxious talking to our first celebrity guest. So go back and listen to another one if you're trying to get our vibe. If you're just here for Taylor J, then enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Nora
What
Mabel. Wow.
clearly has something to hide, and it's this book.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Right? Yeah. Hi, welcome to Page to Stage, where the books write the script and we set the scene. I'm Emma.
And I'm Maddie.
And today we have a special guest with us. Please welcome Taylor J of the Assassin's Academy training system.
Woo!
We feel super lucky to have our first celebrity guest. Taylor, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do? Who are you? Where do we find you?
Okay, well, you'd think I'd be more prepared for this. I do so many things, so it's hard to kind of succinctly go over it all. But my recent endeavor, or more recent, is creating the Assassin Academy program. It started as a program, and now it's turned into a fantasy fitness app with lots of different programs and things within it. And so that's been like my really exciting passion project. And it's come from my love of all of the fantasy books and the things that y'all are super into and talk about. And it's just been super cool to see my, I guess, career and just path evolve in this way, because I've always been super into fantasy. And like growing up, I went to a LARPing summer camp. So it was
so
like
cool. What? I want to go to a LARPing summer camp.
Yeah, it was knighthood themed. And we would like dress up and do archery and ride horses. And it was like I would go for a month every year for like 8 years
That's
of my
incredible.
life.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Where is that?
It's in Colorado. It's in Indian Hills. It's called Geneva Glen.
Cool. That's awesome. I was seeing you doing a bunch of cosplay stuff like last weekend or the weekend before. Was that just for you, or was that like a cosplay situation?
So that was for the app. So within the app, I have monthly challenges, and they've evolved as like the program and the app have been up. And so each month for the rest of the year there's a character associated with the challenge. So like this month is Bend It Like Bryce. So I cosplayed as Bryce, and it's all about like the splits and doing like your middle splits or your front splits this month. And then next month, a little sneak peek, I'm Manon, and it's all about claiming your wyvern. And so it's like a pull strength month. And so there's so a character every month. So I did like a full 18-hour day of cosplay, and I cosplayed.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh. Characters. I love to cosplay Selena too, but yeah, so like it's crazy that this has been kind of a part of who I've been for most of my life. And then I, got into the movement industry, and I've taught yoga for over a decade and have done all kinds of different modalities of movement within that training. And so it's already something that like, in my mind, I thought that everyone just pretended to be like characters when they were working out. Like I genuinely was like, everyone's doing this. Like that's just like how everyone's thinking. And so it just like didn't even occur to me to like talk about that. And so it all just just like naturally evolved. And I had this interview with my previous yoga studio owner, because now I'm not teaching in-person classes and like only doing this, which is really cool. But I was talking about Selena from Throne of Glass, and he was like, who's like your inspiration for your teaching and training? And I was talking about her and the books, and I had like a Sarah J. Maas birthday party like right before this interview. And so I was just like talking about how like my alter ego is an assassin, and this was like 6 months before I started like posting about it. And I was like, this like other people want to do this too. And so it was really cool, like just coming to be of all of these things. So yeah, it's been a journey, but it's really cool.
That's amazing. It's so cool. That's super amazing. So I found you through Instagram. Like there was like an ad that was like, sure, looking hot's cool, but wouldn't you rather train like? And it was Farah and it was Violet were the two that I saw in that one. And those were the two books that I had just finished. So I've just finished week 14 of the original Week Assassins Academy, because My friend and I cannot do all of the things in the same day. Like, I've got like 3
Yes,
parts per
totally,
day. We
totally.
can't do those. We don't have time. Like, we have too much going on. So we run like, we do 3 a week, and we do like 1 day that
Uh-huh.
you have mapped out every week.
Okay.
And then when we finished, we just went back to the beginning and we're just rerunning it. I have increased my dead hang. This is not that impressive, but I have increased my
But it's
dead hang.
growth.
It is growth from 7 seconds to I can now dead hang for 15 seconds.
That's a lot. That's a long time. You should really hype yourself up for
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. The app is like 40 to 60, and I'm like, I
That's
can't
like
do it.
that's the ideal. We're just hoping for eventually a minute dead
Yeah.
hang. Like 15
Yeah.
seconds. Grip strength is hard. Grip strength is so hard.
It is. It's hard, and it's in my shoulders, and it's a lot of grip strength mostly. And then when we started, a bitch named Mulabanda is out here kicking our ass every day. We Mulabanda, and we're like, fuck a bitch named Mulabanda. It's an exercise, Maddie.
Okay, I also love too, like, because I call them like Mulabanda checks, because that's like from Rocket Yoga is what they're called. It's basically like you lift your butt up off the ground and your legs at the same time in like a V position, and it's like it gets you really strong. I'm sure they call it something different in like calisthenics, but I just love that like everyone now, like so many more people know the terrors and the pain of the Mulabanda checkup.
Yeah, and we can't do that. We can't get all the way up. So like when we started, we were like, okay, tense your fingers, straight back, don't get dumpy, ready, pick up. And when we started, we could not pick up our leg. Like we just couldn't do it. And so now we're able to do the full 2 sets of 15 seconds. So we're seeing a lot of progress. We don't hate our lives nearly as much when we have to do Mulabandas. And we've been so consistent. We have done 3 days a week for the last 13 or 14 weeks.
Yeah,
and
every time I come over to record, she's like, give me a minute. We're doing the Assassin's Academy. I will never become an assassin if I come home right now.
Yep.
Yes. No, that makes me so happy. I'm glad you're crushing it and that you're doing it.
We love it. So this is not about your program, even as much as I want to just like thank you for making it and making it amazing. It is so much of what I am finding joy in, and Court of Silver Flames is the main thing that both Maddie and I have taken inspiration from for working out. Maddie does different things than I do, but that's what we're here to talk about.
Migraine prone, so I do kind of like a gentle home workout lest I ruin the next 14 hours of my life. But I definitely would be so in for something as cool as your program.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, it's really great. So thank you for bringing that to us, and thank you for making time for us. Should we talk about A Court of Silver Flames? It's our favorite. I think we should. It's our favorite of the ACOTARs.
I'm wearing my special Valkyrie sweatshirt as well.
Yeah. I love it. Cool. That's so good.
I'm excited. I love this book.
Yeah, Maddie and I had different ideas about what to wear. She was like, I'm going to wear a blouse adjacent. And I was like, I'm going to wear my most assassin-y tank top.
I wanted to dress like an assassin, but I didn't have assassin wear with me.
Let's talk about A Court of Silver Flames. Yes. Okay. Maddie, how do you feel about A Court of Silver Flames? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Where are you at this book?
I feel like it's a really solid book for me. I love the healing journey that Nesta goes on. I love the Valkyries, like that kind of representation for like healthy female friendship is not something we get a lot in fantasy. I think it's incredible. And I just really enjoy, like, I don't want to say the ambiance of depression, but it's a different tone. Like, it is a tonal shift from a lot of fantasy, and I think that can be really interesting.
Yeah, I would agree. I like it a lot. It is my favorite of the ACOTARs.
Yeah.
At first I was like, why is this in third person? And then I got over it. And I loved I love that we watch Nesta grow and heal. And I think that the exploration of trauma is huge. And I don't know why people hate Nesta, because she's not a bad person. She's just depressed and suicidal.
Yeah.
Like, that's just who she is. She just wants to die. Like, that's why she's doing all of this shit, that it's hard. But, like, that's why she does it.
For sure.
Taylor, what are your thoughts on Silver Flames?
It's like one of my soul books for sure. Like, I mean, like you both mentioned, Nesta's healing journey is something that I don't know, like there's always a heroine's arc, right? But this was just different because I think it really forced us to confront, like, or at least I'll speak for myself, it forced me to like reflect on those moments of like you being your own like greatest demon in a way, or like your own behaviors are the like the biggest mountain you'll ever climb is like yourself, or like the thing that you have to overcome is like your own inner work. And I think getting to see Nesta's journey through all of that was just like hit me so hard in the feels, and it's just beautiful and empowering, and I love a good warrior training as well. And so it was like all of that
Yes.
wrapped up into one of like her becoming her strongest self from the inside out, you know. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
No, I agree. I love it. I think I also love it from a so my husband and I recently like in the last 2 years we adopted a teenager. And she's 17 and she's been through a lot of shit. But I see so much of her in Nesta and so much of her in the like I am going to take control back, because she went from this really rough situation and then just fully embraced the change when she moved in with us. And so I see so much of her. And I think that's a big reason why I love it too. Like I see myself, but more than that, I see her and how she has chosen to take control of her life. Like she decided she wanted to give a big fuck you to her biological family and graduate with honors. And so she's graduating this year with honors robes. Like she'll be in these
We're so
horrifyingly
proud.
yellow robes.
They're so ugly.
They're
oh my
so
God.
ugly, but we're so proud of her. And she
Yeah.
like, and she's a straight A student, and she's taking 3 AP classes and a college class. And she's going to graduate not only with the 3 APs, but she also is going to have her vet med. Like she'll be a vet assistant by the end of this year. And like, it's just like, I just see so much of her. Like she doesn't go and fight in a ring, but I have
She
watched her.
would.
She would
Basically, yeah.
yeah, she will she'll fight for the people she loves. She'll fight for herself. And I think that that is a huge part of Nesta's journey. And so that is super important to me, is to see that. And she
Yeah.
doesn't read fantasy. She is a nonfiction and realistic fiction girly through and through. She also is like, "You a man?" And that's fair. There's a lot of penis in this book. Oh my God.
Yeah, there
Yes.
is.
There's
That's
a
true.
lot of dick in this book. Like I
Mhm.
would argue too much in this one. Like it's not plot relevant at this point.
Yeah, like the first 4 times
yeah,
plot relevant.
plot relevant
After that-
penis. And then this is just like go.
Yeah.
So she would not like that. She's like, ew, a man. So she wouldn't enjoy these books, but I talked to her about the parts that I see in her. And so that book is also important to me for that reason. Yeah, we love our little feral raccoon that runs our social medias.
Me too.
Oh my God, I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Emma. Like that's
Yeah.
really cool. And I think too, it speaks to this. Like, I think so many people dog on Nesta because she was like mean to Feyre in the first couple books. And like, yeah, she was not like the best person or like the most perfect person to like read about, or it was just frustrating. But it's the kind of knowing that no matter how far down whatever path someone has gone, like someone can always like redeem themselves, or someone can always change, or someone can always like become the person that they were either meant to or want to be, or what have you. So I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So overall, I think we love this book.
Oh, for sure.
I think
Yes,
we're
yes.
big into this book. I was so excited when you posted on your story, like, guess which one's my favorite? I was like, this is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because not only does it have one of the sickest training montages of all time,
Oh my God.
it also is our favorite. And so we can just
Yeah.
nerd out about it.
And also, having any of the other ones as your favorite, why?
Wrong.
I get it. Like book two.
Well, that one is good.
Fury,
That one's good.
that one's special, but also no, nothing compares. Nothing compares to this
No,
one.
I would agree. So in our outline, we start talking about set. When we talk about this play, turning this book into a play, what are your hopes and dreams for the type of stage that this play would be set on?
I feel like to watch a journey like this, it would be great I know I say a thrust every time,
You do always say a
but I
thrust.
think that it's correct this time because then you can use the thrust part, the part that sticks out from the proscenium, as it may be.
Okay, wait, what's a thrust? What's a
Okay,
proscenium?
so a thrust stage is when people sit on 3 sides of the stage.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, and then a proscenium is like your normal stage where it like looks like it's in a it looks like it's in a little
In a
picture,
box,
in
yeah.
a box.
You have a
I
thrust
want-
off of the usual stage, is what you're
So
saying?
Sometimes.
it could
Okay.
thrust off of the usual stage.
That's what I want this time.
You want to have the proscenium and a thrust, like a
Yeah.
concert?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think that the thrust part can be the training ring
Okay.
and the proscenium can be where everything else
the rest of the
happens.
story.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Normally with a thrust stage, it would only be like the people on the 3 sides, and then it would just sit there in the middle. And normally there's like a wall or something on that 4th side.
Right.
Or like
No,
an exit.
I'm thinking
But
rock
you
concert
want like
style.
rock concert style.
Yes.
But is Silver Flames a musical?
No.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
think
just checking.
I think as like emotional as it could be to have Nesta sing, I just don't think that
Doesn't feel right for the
no.
character. Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. What do you think about that idea?
Of Nesta singing. I mean, I could see her not wanting to do that. Or just being like, absolutely not. Like, who
She'd
am
be
I
like, "No,
singing
thank
to?
you."
Why would I sing to anybody? I don't know. I could see her being closed off maybe at the beginning to that. But also, I mean, if the musical numbers slap, I think anything could be a musical. So
I think that there is the possibility if we want it to be a musical, and we have not talked about it being a musical, so we have 0 songs on the docket for it.
No.
I think that if it were a musical, Nesta doesn't sing until she does make it all the way down the steps.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
then she sings for the first time, and it's like also character growth. But I don't think it has to be musical. I think it'd be fine as a play. I was just curious since you have the rock concert style.
Yeah, I'm thinking the music should probably be like big and emotional.
Yeah.
But like
Like
instrumental background, maybe an introduction for movement pieces. We'll get there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we have set the stage on a proscenium, a regular proscenium stage with a thrust jut out from it.
Yes.
Okay. Is this in a big auditorium, small auditorium?
I think it could be either. But in my mind, when I imagine it as a rock concert stage, I imagine it as a big place.
Like a big concert style hall.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I like it. Does that minimize the audience experience for those sitting way back during the thrust part?
maybe the thrust and stay with me now.
Oh, okay.
Lifts up and like lights up like a WWE ring so that everybody can see it.
yes. Yeah,
So they're sitting.
Love this idea.
They're sitting on 3 sides,
Yeah.
and then it elevates.
Yes.
And then we all watch. Okay.
Listen, Taylor's with me.
I can feel it. This feels cinematic.
Jump on board.
All right, I'm jumping on board. I'm in the Mind Palace. All right. So there's our stage. What does the set look like? Is there like what pieces of set need to be constant in this WWE ring? Are we putting the little like ropes around it?
We
Or
probably
are
have
we-
to for safety.
No.
No.
What's a
okay.
safety?
Right.
No,
I think
Taylor's
this is
gonna train them. They don't need safety.
I see. I think this is a great question for Taylor. We usually try to represent in the set kind of like an enduring theme in the book. So like we did Fourth Wing and it was the parapet was like always in the background.
Until Act 2, which was Iron Flame, and then
Yes.
we put a silhouette of Resin
Mhm.
in the background that was ever present as this idea. But we didn't do that really for Akatar,
It's
and
true.
I doubt we'll do that for Phantasma.
No,
So we
I
don't
just feel
have
that this
to.
might be that kind of play. I have an idea cooked up, but I want to.
Want to open it up to the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I mean, my immediate thought is like a dread trove item, but like also that doesn't make
Ooh.
sense for like reveal, like until that is revealed type of thing. But like, those just feel like the most iconic like things that could be somewhere on set, but also, I mean, the training ring, maybe, I don't know. Let me keep noodling on it, but like that's where my brain first went, and I don't know how much of that, if that even makes sense.
I think it's totally possible if we wanted to do that. Like we could hang them like silhouetted and then light them
as we learn
when
about
she
them.
finds them.
Oh yeah.
I was saying the stairs.
I was also
Oh,
thinking
the
the stairs.
stairs. That's a great one. That didn't even. Oh my god, the stairs.
It's COVID brain.
Also, unfortunately, we share one brain cell.
We do, yeah. Maddie and I do share one singular brain cell, I think. So
Yeah.
like
I'm
the Furies, not the Furies. The what are they
I don't
in
know.
Hercules where they share the eye?
The Fates?
The Fates. There we go. Where they
Okay.
share the one eye in between them.
Yes,
That's like
yes.
us with our brain cell.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So I was thinking the stairs. I think the Dread Trove items are great, and I like the idea of them being silhouetted like
Yes.
along the back wall or the cyc.
We
or...
could put them up the staircase.
Ooh.
And so like she only climbs as high as the item she has.
Hey, there you go.
We could do that. Is she climbing down though? Because isn't she more climbing down? But either way, she only climbs to the point where those are.
Yeah.
Right. And that will also show us linear progression of the story.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, the whole thing is lit.
At the very end, she walks up the stairs with Cassian.
Oh,
Cute.
baby. There you go.
There.
There it is.
Okay. No, I love this. This is the collaboration. This is the collaborative spirit of the pod.
We like to come in here with no ideas and create them out of thin air.
That's how it goes.
We have not talked about this one at all. Actually,
No.
like normally we do have a solid idea of going in, but I like it.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Okay.
stairs. Is it center stage? Like do the stairs take up the majority of the proscenium section and then kind of open up to give you like the apron and then the rust?
Yeah, I think
Or are they kind of like off to the side?
I think that you should be realistically able to walk down the stairs to the training ring, like direct path.
Gotcha. Even though that's not.
Yep.
Okay. Just checking.
Okay.
But she can't walk all the way down the stairs. Because when she walks all the way down the stairs, that's a big moment. She can't do that.
No.
So she has to enter from left or right.
Okay.
And then the stairs are also there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it spirally? Like, is it kind of like
Taylor, do you remember if they were spirally in the book?
I don't think like tightly wound spiral, but yeah, a little spirally. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a wide spiral.
Yeah, because otherwise they'd be like,
Yeah. Okay, so they got a little curve.
okay. So it could be like a Cinderella-esque like
Yeah.
staircase that's kind of there, and it can curve upstage and then drop us at the bottom.
Mhm.
But there could also be at the thoughts.
Yeah, go.
Okay, so staircase. The staircase is like walled off, right? It looks like bricks,
Okay.
brick wall. But then there are like doors in the base of it that like go to different places.
I like it.
And then you like go out that door and you're coming out from the house.
Yeah.
Or you're, like they are doing
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, I
And
think
those are
that's
entrance
great.
points.
Because we need a door for the library,
Mhm.
the house.
Mhm. That's probably it.
Yeah, okay. She only goes two places.
Two places.
Truly.
Who needs the rest of them? I guess we do need a place to get to Laris. Nope. No, where does she go? Where does she go when she meets her friend that owns
To
Emery?
Where?
Emery's little shop?
Yes.
Is that what we're talking
yes,
about?
Emery's shop? Yeah, where is that?
It's in like the camp, the Illyrian camp, whatever it's called. Why can't I remember?
yeah,
Like,
we can't remember either.
the Illyrian
It's
town
in-
where they're mean
in-
to everyone.
Where they hate women.
Where they hate women. and
Insert
protect
mountain
the-
range here.
Yeah, insert Illyrian mountain range. Period.
Right. So we need that.
Yeah.
I think that could be a drop though. So we
Mm-hmm.
can, yeah. The Illyrian Mountain Range Camp.
Are you Googling it?
Yes.
I am curious to know.
Located in Windhaven Camp in the Night Court's Illyrian lands.
Okay, so they're not going to tell us.
Windhaven Camp.
Windhaven, yeah.
She's in Windhaven.
Yeah,
Okay.
Windhaven.
So I think Windhaven has to be a drop because I don't think the stairs can be there during Windhaven because it's like the only time that Nesta kind of doesn't think about what else is ailing her when she's with Emery and stuff.
When you're talking drop, you mean like painted sheet that covers whole back of set or just like a little area?
Thinking giant painted sheet.
Okay.
So I think the setting of Windhaven has more to it than necessarily a small area could do. So like we drop the whole sheet.
Sure.
And then that training ring becomes a training ring in Windhaven as well.
Well, and we definitely need to have that silhouette of the mountain.
Uh-huh.
What's it called? Oh my god.
Ramiel.
Yes.
I
Names
got it.
are hard.
Yeah.
You got it. Good
I
job.
looked it.
So yeah, the silhouette of Ramiel in the background,
Yes.
and we have the kind of camps and do a perspective situation.
Mm-hmm. So we have to equate the stairs to the mountain.
Because they are parallel in
Mhm.
structure.
Yeah.
They're the same. But the stairs are her Ramiel.
So maybe we have them on opposite sides.
Yeah.
The stairs are on one side and like also stairs, but like set to look like a mountain are on the other side.
Okay, like a half and half, and then we light half the stage when she's in the Windhaven and half the stage when she's in.
I don't know. Is that weird?
I don't know. Is that weird?
I would get it. I don't think it's weird.
Okay.
It makes sense to
Great.
me.
Okay, great.
Great. Then I think that's what we do for the set.
Yeah.
Sounds
Great.
good to me.
So we jump onto costumes.
Yes, let's jump into costumes. This is a thing that I think you, Taylor, are probably going to have more information on than either of us do.
Yes.
Because you cosplay and do videos of you doing sick assassin shit in your cosplay. And so what does it take to get a costume that looks right but is movable?
Layering pieces is like very key when it comes to that, because if you have like a full, like I'll do a base bodysuit usually. I think the one I have is like from Amazon, but you know, you can get a base bodysuit wherever. And it's like thin so that it's like more breathable, just because the latex ones are cool, but they're miserable. You cannot be doing things in them, or like when it is a specific material. So a thinner, just like base bodysuit, usually just like black is great, but I don't know, there could be different color schemes for Nesta and the Valkyries and all of that. But then getting, like, I'll have multiple different corsets, like one that will go under my bust with like a leather strap over the shoulder, and then one that's like a waist corset. And so that way I can like still move really easily, but it looks like one cohesive piece. And same thing with all the other like sword straps and hand gloves and what else? It's just like layering pieces really. And then like shoulder armor, whatnot, you know, so that you can still move. But yeah, that's usually how I do it.
The separate corsetry never would have occurred to me, but it's
Brilliant.
definitely necessary.
It's so brilliant. That wouldn't have occurred to me either. I would have been like, guess you got to figure out how to move in a corset.
Yeah.
Like,
Or we would have just had them like running around in black morph suits.
yeah,
But that too. That's great.
that would have been so scary. That
Yeah.
would have been a really scary way to do that.
Yeah.
But no, I love that. I love that idea, and I love the idea that you mentioned about having different colors for the Valkyrie and for Nesta. And I wonder if those base, well, they're probably not easy to get the base layer off in a play kind of situation.
Yeah, I think it, especially if you have a lot of layered, like leathery things on top, it does, as far as quick costume changes, that can be unfortunate, I think.
Are you
What is the quickest part to change? Like if we wanted to do a color scheme where she is very opposite from Cassian, and then as time goes on, they kind of start making their way to a similar color scheme, and then she and the Valkyrie have like matching kind of team like
the ribbons?
the ribbon. Oh yeah. But like what would the easiest part be for that?
I mean, I think ultimately the base layer would be the hardest to change, considering the layers on top of it, not necessarily like that layer itself, because I think you can kind of like slither out of it and into another one quickly, but you would probably do different colors for the things you're layering on top. I think that would be easier to interchange over top of the base layer, if that makes sense. Like You
Yeah.
instead of like a black corset, then you'd go to a brown corset or a red one or whatever. Like there's lots of different
Yeah.
colors.
And then what about like I know that you are not a man, but do you ever costume men for your things? Like what is the difference between a traditionally female warrior outfit and a traditionally male warrior outfit? 'Cause they're probably not going to be wearing the multi corset sort of situation.
I think the corset is one of the like, especially the center like torso corset is what makes something look a little more feminine. But otherwise, as far as the gear that I'll get, oftentimes the men's gear looks better. So I'll like purchase men's body armor or whatever, but then I just use like the shoulder part for what I'm doing. So I think, yeah, the corsetting is what makes it look more like I'm a girl versus
Okay.
like,
Yeah, well,
but
I mean, that's because all the female stuff is like, here are boobs and my waist and my
Yeah.
ass. And it's like, none of these things are practical. And
That's
so that's
why I
probably
don't-
why the male stuff is better.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
When I
So I
do-
don't really ever purchase. So I assume it's pretty similar. Like the only male like actual costume I have was like Hamilton vibes. So like not
Oh,
quite
okay.
not a warrior, not a male. I've
Right.
never dressed as a male warrior, only as
Super fair.
like a Hamilton person. So
Have you done the trend? The like
I haven't. I
Really
really just like
kinda
I should. I have everything I need to do it, but
Oh my
I
gosh.
kind of
Yes.
missed the
We've-
ball, with that one. It's like
Yeah.
it's dead.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it is. It's moving on.
it's
Now
we've
you
moved
gotta-
on.
Okay, awesome.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
it's good. Who knows?
great. Okay. Well, then if we do the corsets, the different color corsets,
mhm.
I think that that's a good way to kind of show the progression of relationships.
Yes. So when they are solidly a team of Valkyrie and they're gonna go to the blood right, like we can have them matching, totally matching.
I think that's easy. I think if we do base black bodysuits for everybody,
Mhm.
that's great.
Great.
My husband has these undershirt things that he wears under his like polos that like are basically a full bodysuit. They're like boxer brief length, and they like you just like step into them and stuff. And I think we could do that for Cassian and Azrael. And
Okay.
it's probably not the time right now to talk about this, but I will forget if I don't.
Okay.
We have discussed, Taylor, that we
You're scaring me. You're doing voice.
I mean, I'm doing a voice that we want to remove Rhysand and Pharaoh from this story. Because
Not like they never existed, just no stage time.
just like they're just not on stage, like we mentioned them a little bit, but they are not themselves in the story at all.
Yeah.
And they are not wildly relevant. So I don't know, is it possible to get rid of them and still tell Nesta's story? Like they exist, but we just mentioned them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, I think probably, to be honest, just because even the like few moments that her and Feyre interact and they like have their grievances or whatever, that can be done off stage, or like I'm sure there's a way to make that still work. And then I guess just like the end with like her saving her while she's giving birth or whatever and making them all able to have Fae children or whatever with Nesta's magic. Like
Yeah,
that was so crazy.
I'm sorry, that was a crazy face I just made. If you ever decide this is a podcast you're gonna listen to, I don't want you to be surprised when we call Sarah J. Maas a non-committal bitch. Because like
She never kills
she never
anybody.
kills anybody. Like kill them. You
She
gotta kill
never
them
she never
Kill
kills
them.
anybody that
Just kill
Emma's
them.
met.
that I've met yet. In the ones that I've read, she like brings back Feyre in the first book, brings back Rhysand in the third book, brings back all three of them in this one. Like there are no stakes. I don't believe that the people we care about are
Mhm.
ever going to die because she doesn't do it.
But more importantly, for the staging of it all and for having that triumphant moment, we probably cut this off when they win the blood right.
That should be the end of the play, probably.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's set up for future books.
Right.
And
True.
we
Or
don't you
not.
don't write plays with the intention of sequels.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. I think it could, yeah, just be over then at the blood right and bye, Feyre. See ya. Bye, Rhysand.
Yeah, Rhys sucks in this one.
Yeah, well, I also just feel like it would have been cool to like actually get their perspective while Faber was pregnant. Like, I don't know. It's just like I don't
Yes.
want this auxiliary pregnancy. You guys are just annoying me at this point, and then you're death pact or whatever. It's just
Yeah,
like-
that's I
Yeah.
hate the death pact because why make a death pact if you're not going to kill him?
Wait, right. And furthermore, you know you're having a kid. Did they know when they made the death pact?
No,
Okay.
they death
I don't think
pacted
so, yeah.
before Starlight,
Okay.
so she didn't know they were going to have a kid.
theoretically,
They knew they would at some
they
point.
knew they were
maybe.
gonna, if like they wanted to. And so,
It's super irresponsible.
why do you decide to deprive that child of both
Both.
parents?
both. Yeah, no.
That child can be an orphan because it's better to be an orphan than to have one depressed parent.
Hold on, who raises that kid if they die?
That's Rosalind Cassian and more, and
Like, as a
The inner
group, or do you
circle?
think that's like who has primary custody? Is it more?
the house.
Oh, it's the yeah,
House
it is the house.
I was gonna say Elaine, but like she's not doing great right now. I don't know.
No, no, the house. The house raises.
The house retains
Like,
custody.
she goes up-
next.
She goes up and that baby goes and lives in the house that gives Nesta Smutty Book, and that house raises that child, and the inner circle are her caregivers.
Right. Okay. I'm in.
Great.
But for purposes of this, we
All right, Sarah, let's go.
whole family.
Get
Yeah.
to it.
Bye bye.
Get
Yeah,
to
bye bye.
murdering.
Get to murdering. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we cut them, which means we don't have to outfit them. That is why I
Yes.
thought about it. Was because I was like, how do we outfit them? But they're not going to be on stage.
No, only warriors.
Only warriors on stage.
Yeah.
And like librarians that become warriors.
And maybe Amryn, but like,
Yeah.
you know, she wears a set outfit.
One outfit.
We know exactly what she wears.
Just
We
little.
we covered in blood just for fun.
Messy lunch.
By this one, is she still drinking blood? This one, she's
Oh.
eating food, right?
Is she? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
does she eat food again?
'Cause
I
she's
forgot.
Not a
She's no longer her.
She's not
an angel
whatever
anymore.
Anymore.
She's just
Whatever
she's
that we
eating
didn't
food
really get an
now?
answer about.
I
Wow.
do feel like none of us know, but like the big theory is still like biblical angel.
Yeah. Biblically accurate angel. She's like, you don't want to see me before I took this form, and it's just a bunch of eyes and wings.
Yes.
There's more other book things that I would hypothesize, but we cannot speak of these things.
I know.
I know.
It would
But-
be a great thing to talk about, but we can't.
Maybe
Well-
when I finish the series.
Yeah,
can do
get
a
it
follow-up.
together.
And
Let's
we're
get
gonna
Yeah, but you're killing me right now because Taylor knows things and I know things.
then you two
it.
can have a conversation about it. So I think is that all of the costumey stuff? What about the wings? How do we want the wings to work?
Mm.
Well,
Because in the last one we just talked about like a wicked Chitchery. Is that his name? Chitchery?
I don't know his name.
From Wicked?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who?
The
from
flying
Wicked?
monkey.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
his
that what you said
name?
sounds really right.
Yeah,
like
Chitchery.
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 Yeah. Yes.
Like the way that on Broadway his wings emerge is kind of what we talked about for the people in the first section of this. So do we still do that?
Well, I think that depends on if Taylor thinks they can move
With
wing
wings.
props on. Like, how is it possible for us to design a wing that they can wear and do like not goofy looking combat?
Emery has to
Mm.
have wings.
Yeah, but Emery's wings don't open, so
That's
they
true.
can just be like they could be fabric and balsa wood, and we wouldn't know.
I guess like all the Illyrians could have tucked in wings for combat, like I'm sure they aren't really like displaying their wings anyways unless they're flying, but so maybe
We're
that's
demonstrating their wingspan.
demonstrating how large their wings are.
Yeah.
I have a sticker on my computer right here that says big wingspan energy.
Yeah, big wingspan energy. I love that. But yeah, I think like tucked in wings would leave a lot more ability for people costume wise, but still can be like you all would probably know better like ways of like fortifying larger props a part of costumes like that, but because
Yeah. It would have to be, they would have to be chicken wire,
Yeah.
or like we could do like a thin like steel with hinges
hmm
that's like kind of a hollow steel that then like it would have to be probably pneumatic, like you'd have to be able to push a button and they pop out. And then you'd have to go backstage and someone would have to like tuck them back in like a
Right. Technician?
umbrella.
Oh,
Like an umbrella. You know how
Yeah.
like umbrellas like whoop, and then you have to like
Yeah.
push it back in and then it
Yes.
clicks. It would have to be like an umbrella like mechanism for their wings, and you'd have to go backstage and a technician, like a costume technician, would have to
right. So we
Click 'em
maybe leave them tucked in all except one moment. Like only one person gets to have movable wings, and it's like either Cassian or Azriel. But is
Oh.
there ever a moment where it's important that they're like big?
The dining room.
Okay.
the dining room
Yeah, just-
only, fully silhouetted.
We put the dining room on stage, but it's just wings and you can't see anybody behind the wings.
Yes.
And then you watch Azriel walk in,
Be like,
surreptitiously smell the space, and walk away.
I love it. 10 out of 10. No notes.
Yeah. Great. Just right there in the middle.
It's right in the middle of everything.
Yep.
We throw that out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have to pop out once. It's only Cassian's.
Yes.
Okay.
And it can be a different pair.
Yes.
He wears
then
the rest
he wears
of the
all the time. It's like just an open pair, maybe not even a pop out pair.
Yeah, because we'll black out the stage when they leave from that scene, and we have Azriel come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
If I was costuming it, I'd just do two separate pairs.
Yeah, a little backpack pair.
Yeah.
Or make it look like it's part of his leathers.
Yeah.
His Illyrian leathers.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Perfect.
Any more thoughts on costumes?
I think I'm out. I don't know. Is there anything that we might be forgetting that we need to do to allow for movement? No?
None that I can think of. I think that all makes sense, and I'm sure y'all are on top of it with like makeup wise too, like the ears, the wigs in place, all of that.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know,
wigs are going to be, I think, probably, that's always one of the biggest lifts in a show
Yes.
is the wig technicians, the wig designers, the wig maintainers.
Absolutely.
It is always easier to not wig.
Right. And
Mhm.
theoretically, this could be one of those shows
Yes.
if we had the infinite budget for the WWE ring. We just borrow some of it and we're like, hey, everyone, go get Nesta hair.
Yeah. Is Nesta hair? I am struggling
just
to even.
hair.
It's just brown, right?
Yeah.
Like a light.
It's
like
just
a light
brown.
brown.
The coronet, I will say, I just did a Nesta cosplay and it did not go great for me. So like,
Oh no.
The coronet's
I also
hard.
have like deceptively thin hair because it's curly, so it looks like it's not. It's very thin.
Yeah.
But the coronet did not stay, and I'm pretty good at braiding. Like I do macrame and stuff, and like I'm good at braids, but you just need a lot of hair for that hairstyle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
next time I will be wigging for Nesta, unfortunately. But
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
certainly we could use like just extra hair,
yes, yeah,
like
I-
braided in,
Mhm.
and
a-
leave
like
it
a-
braided the whole show.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
and it could be like an extension that's just the
Yes.
braid,
yes,
yeah,
and like
yes,
have her
yes,
hair pulled up into like a bun, and then like
Definitely.
braid and like pin it in.
Right.
Yes.
That would be fine. Like it's not anything special. It's not like it has to go from brown to silver.
No,
No.
the big deal is going to be characters like Cassian's hair cannot be buzzed, and like Gwyn's hair needs to be like so red.
So, I mean, I think that this is a show that because it's so movement heavy,
Mhm.
wigging is hard.
Yes,
Mhm.
wigging would be so hard.
Wigging would be really difficult for this
Yeah.
show, and so if we can do it sans wigs
That'd be great.
and maybe with extensions as needed, the extensions stay in a whole lot better than wigs.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so that's wigging. And then we talked makeup, the ears,
Mm-hmm.
like a silicone or like a latex.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you just get the little ear tips.
Right. And nobody's turning into Faye.
Yeah, nobody has
in
to
this
turn into Faye
one.
in this one. So
The Illyrians just have normal ears. It's not going to be a huge ordeal.
Yeah.
I think, like, for injury makeup, it's going to be pretty simple.
mhm.
I think usually if they get big injured, you can't see it.
And then the only other thing would be tattooing.
Yes.
which we don't know, and I don't know if you know. We talked about it in our Fourth Wing episode about how you can do long-lasting fake tattoos on darker skin, because
Mhm.
both of us are white, and so henna works really well for us, but we don't know if henna would work well on a darker skinned human.
Yeah.
Like if it's like tattoo markers, if it's
Mhm.
it's Sharpie, like what would be best for that?
Is there black henna? Like, isn't there really, really dark henna?
That is what we were talking about.
I think there is.
I thought I really think that there might be. So like that, I think would probably be the best. But
This
there's
says
ways.
traditional henna, which is reddish brown, does not naturally produce a black color. Black henna is often a dangerous mixture containing a ingredient called paraphenylenediamine, which can cause
That
severe
sounds like
allergic
cancer.
reactions and permanent scarring on the skin.
Oh my god.
While some natural hair dyes use ingredients like indigo to achieve black color, the dangerous black henna products found in tourist areas are typically a mislabeled product intended to resemble a real tattoo, but instead pose a serious health risk.
Okay, that's insane. But I
Yeah.
think that we could probably use indigo
Yeah.
and have it be an off black color.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Or just get tattoo markers. Like if we're gonna paint them on anyway,
Yeah.
tattoo marker it.
It'll be fine.
Okay. Cool. That's costuming, unless we have anything else.
I think we're good unless Taylor has anything.
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's talk lights and sounds. What lighting do we think is important in this show? What is it important to? We already talked about kind of the lighting at the stairs, with the thing I've got in my brain is word marks.
What?
What are the things? What is she looking for?
The dread trove.
The dread trove. There we go. I was like, all my brain is coming up with right now
She-
are
Don't say any more things. You're making this so hard.
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
okay. Well,
Secrets.
I mean, I feel like they're probably the same thing. The word thingies and the word items or whatever in the dread trove. I feel like they're all part of the same family. So anyway, the dread trove, we had it lighting up as the story progresses. So we already talked about that lighting
Yes.
on those stairs. Is that like movie theater LED lights along the sides, or is it just like spot and then it's dark, spot and then it's dark, spot and then it's dark?
No, I think we light them all the time.
Cool. The other question I have is about when she magics on the stairs.
Yes.
How are we going to do that lighting?
I don't know. Do you have any ideas, Taylor?
This is not my forte, but like make it cool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, just make it look really
does-
cool.
Does
Mhm.
Nesta's power usually come out of her hands, do we think? Or can it just be like, can we make it clear that the effect happening somewhere else is a product of her intention?
It comes out of her hands because she like leaves handprints on the stairs.
Oh,
I have a thought. I don't know if it's possible.
is your thought we just cover her hands in ink and she just like touches the stairs and walks away?
My thought is cool.
All right.
My thought is that like
Hold on. You know when? Never mind.
no, say it.
You know how she leaves a handprint on the stairs, and you know when Zayden starts leaving handprints on their bed
Oh
frame?
my god.
And so this leads me to the conundrum that is Nesta Archeron is Zayden Ryerson.
Oh. I thought you were gonna
I mean,
say
well-
Artron is a Fenin, which
Oh,
is a more linear path.
no, I don't that. I don't linear. What
I
do
know.
you mean?
I know you don't linear. I don't linear very much either. No, my thought is, on like I can't even think of an actual example. The only thing my brain can think of right now is a volcano.
Okay.
Like on a model volcano, when it's like plexiglass over, like that kind of covers ravines, and then LED lights come down.
I do not.
Okay. Do you know what I'm talking
I do,
about?
I do. Yeah, no, I can see the vision. Yes.
Okay. Plexiglass over LEDs. So like it's also like or like if it is a table that has kind of like a rivet in it.
Okay.
And it is filled with, or if it's filled with like a blue resin, or if
Okay.
it's filled with like, like when you fill cracks and stuff with
Mhm.
resin. You could do that and inlay some LED lights,
Yeah.
like in the shape of a
And
hand.
she presses on them.
And then when she falls, it like they light up.
Okay.
And then it could stay in the hand section. Like we could resin
Yes.
a hand that the whole time actually doesn't look like anything.
Right.
Until she does fall on that section and we LED it.
I like it.
Does that sound
A very
it
elegant
would be cool?
solution. Yes.
Is it sufficiently cool?
Is it
That's
sufficiently cool? Did we do
That's-
it?
exactly what I ordered. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
super cool lights. That's exactly it.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
we can kind of lead trail of her, like we can lead it up in the scratches that she makes and stuff. We can also inlay with red resin, like red kind of transparent, translucent resin, and then
Sure.
put those white LEDs in there. So it's kind of,
Yeah.
like you can see her progress and you can see her struggle when we're at the staircase.
For sure.
Okay.
And then for her power in other times, it's mostly demonstrated as power like relating to people and the way people move, like with the Dread Trove.
Mhm.
It's like she's controlling the dead, but then sometimes she's controlling like space and time, and that is all reasonably possible to just do with like your typical magician's stage effects.
I would agree. I think magician stage effects are legit for that type of stuff. It's very,
Yeah.
it's smaller.
We can do Azrael's powers with a smoke machine.
hmm
Nobody else is really magic.
The other lighting effects is the ring, which
Oh, yes.
is it lifts. Do we need safety bars? Or does it need to be
It would be, I think, more entertaining if there weren't safety bars. But
Yeah.
are they going to die? Taylor, let us know.
Yeah, well, how much room? I guess it's like how big is the thrust and
Infinite budget, so
Yeah.
big.
intimate? Yeah. Infinity amount of money. So like pretty big enough for all of them to be on it and choreograph fighting. OSHA says that if anything is more than 3 feet off the ground, it has to have railings.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how that works because the stage is always 3 feet above the ground and it doesn't have railings. But I don't know how it
Mm.
works when it lifts. I think the second it lifts above normal stage height
Yeah.
is
Right.
when you start counting. So it kind of depends how much we lift it. And I'm wondering if we could disguise railings as trees. Not like full trees because people need to be able to see, or like rocks. And like if we could
Okay.
do like bouldery kind of shin height boulders.
Yeah.
That would
I
be
feel like that's more of a tripping hazard than not having a railing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's also kind of in part. That's like kind of what I'm thinking.
You
It's
hit your
like,
shin and just go like ass over tea kettle all the way down to the stage.
yeah, like if there is a fight sequence, like I just feel like it'd be easier to get caught on something that's low versus like a high railing. But a high railing is not
Yeah.
the vibe.
Yeah, high railing you can't see, which is why
Mhm.
MMA rings have like the
The,
just
like-
ropes.
Yeah.
What if we did? Have you ever been to a hockey game?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You ever been to a hockey game, Taylor? You know that like super see-through netting they put behind the goals?
Yes. Like just the net to the goal.
Not on the goal, but like up in the audience area.
Above. Oh, I see. Okay.
Like so that when they shoot,
They don't
if
hit
it
you with the
misses,
puck.
it doesn't
Yeah.
hit the audience in the face. I wonder if as it rose, if it could rise to some netting
Okay.
that like part of their warm up is them kind of strapping it in.
Okay.
And then that netting is see-through, you can see everything happening, or it's like magneted
Yeah.
or something. Something happens, or it's there the whole time and it's just so see-through that you just don't think about it. Because like at a hockey game, you
Mhm.
stop seeing seeing the net. Like
Yeah.
you can see the goal, but you stop seeing the netting that's keeping you from getting absolutely
Well,
concussed.
Honestly, I wonder if we couldn't, because this is just like most of the thrust is going to be the ring that lifts, but there will be edges. So I wonder if we couldn't attach like something sort of like a big net,
Mhm.
like it goes way outside the edge of the platform, it's like it'll catch you if you fall all the way off instead of like bouncing you back in. That way it's not in the way.
Like a hammocking net like they do at like a Cirque du Soleil show.
Yes.
Trapeze,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's good. And then it's like in the caverns. So
Yeah.
if they fall, like they're gonna fall,
Yeah.
only to the net.
Yes.
That would be super cool too if we choreographed some falls.
I was thinking.
Falls on purpose. Yeah. There you go.
Yes. Okay. All right, cool. So trapeze nets.
Yeah.
All right. Lighting wise, I think we just light it like an outdoor space.
Are there any like big emotional moments that you can think of, Taylor, that you would want to have lit in a way that honored that?
Like throughout the whole thing, or specifically in battle, like with combat vibes, or just
Any of it.
Just in general.
Anything.
Anything that you want to talk about lighting wise that you think like this lighting needs to happen here. Because otherwise we'll just assume it's like natural lighting with some color emotional effects as needed.
I mean, any of the mountain, like, you know, different lighting for the right, and just like that journey, I think is emotional, intense. The stairs and just the different moments throughout the stairs, and maybe the lighting evolves as she like finally climbs it, which we've already talked about with the Dread Trove too. The prison needs to be spooky and like
I
scary.
think we could do the prison with the set we've talked about, but then just make the lighting
Mhm.
spookier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like a lot of fog.
Ooh, a lot of fog
Yeah.
and gobos.
Yeah. You like a gobo.
I love a gobo.
What's a gobo?
A gobo is a little gobo's a little stencil that you put over lights that creates textures and shapes and such on stage. So you can get like a gobo that
Okay.
looks like trees and it looks like a bunch of tree shadows, or you could get a gobo that looks like
Okay.
spider webs and it could be a big like a lot of spider web shadows. Like gobos are just the things that create shaping on stage with lights.
Okay, amazing. That sounds so handy.
I love gobos. They
She
are so
likes
handy.
them a lot.
They do. They're this big, and you
I'm
put them
learning
in
so
front of the
much.
light, and then it just there you go.
Yeah.
Your crash course in in theater, in technical theater. I had a thought. I had a thought about the mountain.
Okay.
What if we do some parallelism
Yes.
between the stairs and the mountain, and as the rite happens, also have that inlaid resin that we light up
Ooh.
to like where they peak.
Yeah.
Like
And it would be good to
mermaid.
have it red on the mountain too.
Yes.
Because it's like the blood, sweat, and tears that they're losing as they
And it kind of does that
Yeah.
thing, and then it's silhouetted the whole like a lot of the time, but then at the end you see the whole mountain when they finally get there, and it's like
Yes.
those lines have made their way up.
Yes.
Love
like
it.
Parallelism. I love it.
Okay. So
Yay.
if that is all of our thoughts for lights and sound, what do props look like? I feel that this is not a huge show for those.
It's mostly weaponry.
yes.
Talk to us about your prop weapons that you have. Like, what are they? How are they real versus how are they not gonna kill you?
Yeah. For sword stuff, I use a kung fu training sword, and so those are like not sharp at all. Like, and the tips are kind of like floppy, honestly. Which is funny sometimes because they like, you know, yeah, and you're like, cool, me and my cool sword. But those are the best, like they're still metal, and so they look real, but they will not kill you while you are training with them. So yeah, kung fu training, straight sword. Otherwise, like I have a dagger that I use for my Selena cosplay, but that is very much real and it scares me. So like I only like pull it out of the sheath and I'm like, great.
And
Yeah, like I don't do much else with the dagger for that reason. And then I have some like plastic swords and stuff. So, and those are obviously easiest to use, but the kung fu straight sword looks legit.
Awesome.
I would like to theorize that we could use those for sword training, for montages, for all of the people who aren't our heroes who are going to have swords. And then when we need Truth Teller and like Ataraxia and the swords with names to look impressive, we use rubber dummy swords, airbrush stuff real good.
Yeah.
And switch them out when it's time to fight.
Yeah, that way it's like
Mhm.
we just make sure we make them look really pretty,
Yeah.
even though they're rubber or plastic.
Mhm.
But then it makes it easier.
Right. Like while they're in motion, they're maybe not as pretty, but you can't tell.
I think having anything metal is noisy and it's dangerous. Like even though
Yeah.
they're not
Yes.
bulky and even though they're not sharp, there is still that danger to be had with
Okay.
anything metal. I think that when we're doing sword training and it's like a specifically sword related fight, I think the kung fu swords are great. When we get to the name swords and it's like battle,
Yeah.
that's when we switch to something that is not as noisy.
Yeah.
And is because we want the clink clink when we're training.
Right.
We just don't want it when we're fighting for our lives.
Yes. Okay.
Other props, are there any? I mean, the dread trove is important, but
Yeah.
I just had a thought, and I know we talked about silhouetting them, but what if I retroactively
What if you took it back?
make a change?
Yeah.
I think we should still put them on the stairs, but I think off of the stairs there should be like a little pedestal.
Okay.
That has nothing on it until she finds it and she walks
A
and sets it.
single pedestal or like
No, one for each.
Okay.
Where she like goes and she sets it and then it lights up like in an escape room.
Yes.
Have you done an escape room?
Yes.
Have you done an escape room, Taylor?
Yes.
Okay. You know when you set something on something and it like magnets and it like lights up or something? Like it's
Mhm.
like the key. I think we make the magnet situation happen so that when we set the dread trove,
The lights.
the one dread trove, the lights on the pedestal light
Yeah.
up. And so it's like,
I
look
like
at
it.
this.
And I think they can still follow the stairs.
Yes.
They can be just like on the other
Yeah.
side of the railing. So she like walks up to the point in the stairs
Yes.
or down, as it were,
Down the point the stairs.
And-
That's it.
sets it down.
Okay.
Love
That was
it.
my
Love this.
retroactive. Anything in particular for those props? Besides they now need to have a magnet in the bottom and the pedestals they go on have to have a magnet to connect the circuit.
I mean, they need to be shiny, obviously, and just like gorgeous,
Yes.
but that's a given.
Yeah. What are they made out of? Do we buy them? Like, do we get them custom made? Do we 3D print them and paint them? Do we
Any
fiberglass?
thoughts, Taylor?
Not necessarily from like a stage perspective, because I can assume if you just spray paint something shiny enough, it'll look shiny from far away, and you don't need to buy like an actual mask or what, all the things. But
Highlights and lowlights become really important on stage for all props work because it is so far away that if you just spray paint it silver, it's going to look like a silver blob. And so
Got
that airbrushing of the swords we talked about would also be really important here to give it the low lights because the stage lights will wash you out. That's why
Totally.
stage makeup is so intensive.
There was
Like,
so much contour.
so much contour. It's dark. So that leads us to special moments in the show, the part of the book that we want to talk about in detail about what it would look like on stage. And I know for me, it is the healing journey and the physical journey, like the
Yes.
physical. How do we take an actor who has to be both Nesta at the beginning of the book and Nesta at the end of the book and figure out how to make that progression of her both internal and external strength look real and
Mhm.
inspiring, etc. And then what does that movement look like from beginning to end? Like where do we start? Where do we end? How do we get there?
From a like costuming perspective, that's one of the only ways we have to do it besides her body language. I think lots of contour at the beginning, lots of blush at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's very
put that life back in.
yeah.
But I
very
don't know
gaunt.
how we show it with body language. That's definitely a Taylor question. That's why
Yeah.
she's here.
It's so much of the like how do we go from weak and frail and broken to strong and capable and confident like we see, and then especially with the right at the end. What does that look like?
I mean, posture is a huge part of it and body language, like you already said. But to me, what reads, especially from like maybe a bigger stage perspective, kind of that gauntness or seclusion or hurt or depression or whatever, is just like rounded shoulders, turning in on oneself, arms crossed, just that type of posture. But then also, I mean, however, the actor who is playing this role can like be a little less coordinated at the beginning, and that can just be from like the way that they're walking is less confident and more like listful. And I don't think Nesta like actually trips over things. She's not as like that awkward, but just I think
Right.
those little details play into that gauntness, that not being in her full vitality and health. And then just as she progresses, opening her chest more and standing with her like heart really proud, her shoulders back, her head tall, which I feel like she kind of already did anyways, which is hard with Nesta because she's so proper. That was like ingrained into her by her
Yeah,
mother.
she was a dancer.
And
I
so
also
that's
wonder how much of it is a front And so much of it is a
Yes.
front at first. So I wonder how we take it from looking, I am putting this forward so you don't perceive me in a bad way, to I actually feel this way, like what that
Well, I
looks like.
feel like there is a difference that you can see in real people between putting your shoulders so far back that it's
Mhm.
like,
And like nose up.
let me
versus-
just walk into the world boobs first, rather than the relaxed posture of
Mhm.
my posture is good because I am confident and comfortable here.
Mhm. I think that distinction, I guess it's like when I think of it's like film acting, there can be a little more nuance versus stage has to be broader and bigger. So I think it can be hard to differentiate that. But yeah, just overt, I think arms crossed for sure for Nesta at the beginning a lot.
Yeah.
Whether, even if she's not slouching, it's like she's still like nose turned up, arms crossed.
Yeah, like I'm not
Um,
gonna get off the rock, actually. Thank you.
yeah, type of energy. But then I guess yeah, she just has to kind of like relax into that same strength and posture, but like make it less attitude towards the end, which will be a powerful thing for the actor to be able to embody. But
Yeah. I mean, there's so much about acting that is just learning how to actually be confident in yourself. And you learn so
Mhm.
much when you put on a character that goes through this journey. Like you almost go through the journey
Mhm.
also.
And do you think that we can show some of this healing journey with her interaction with other characters? Like if she meets Gwen first, right?
Mm,
No,
oh,
she makes friends
Emery.
with Gwen first.
She makes friends with Gwen first, yeah.
So if we use her as an example, like they meet in the library and they are both very reserved. They're not going to touch each other. They're battling their own demons. And then we see them later, like at their little sleepover, which I want to include. It's so good.
It's so cute. I love their little sleepover.
We
That's gotta be
see
right
them.
before intermission, right?
I think so.
Like, is the entire second act the blood right?
Probably.
I mean, I know it's not
Yeah.
the whole book, but like,
Mhm.
I feel like it's almost gotta be the entire second act.
Yeah. And then we see them like hugging each other and like comfortable, like watching each other's backs, like that automatic connection. Like once they've grown into their friendship, can that demonstrate that healing?
I don't know why not. I think so.
Mhm.
Well, I was done with my piece. Is there anything, Taylor, that you think is like so critical to the book to represent on this stage that maybe isn't in the fighting ring moment? Or
I mean, yeah, like we've said like the heavy hitters. I also think like the hike with Cassian is a key
Yeah.
turning point for her for sure when they're like by the lake and all of that. And she's like unraveling in the best way, kind of. But
yes.
yeah, I think that's another like monumental part of the book for sure.
And every time she goes to the Dread Trove, or
Yes.
goes to search for
Yeah.
parts of the Dread Trove, I think
Mhm.
Yes.
there's that. And when she fights that thing,
Kelpie.
swamp, yeah, the Kelpie in the swamp
That's
situation.
like one of my favorite like scenes of fan art and everything. Like I think that's a big scene for sure.
I think it is important because Cassian is an important part of the story, and we haven't talked much about him.
Yeah.
How do we include his important moments while not making this show rated X?
Mhm.
And making sure because I don't know, listen, Cassian is a hot man. We all know it. It's true. And he never even tells her that he loves her. So, like, why is he on this pedestal of book boyfriends for people? I don't get it. Like, she's like, I love you. And he's like, okay.
Wait, does he really never say he loves her? I don't remember that.
No, he never says he loves her in that whole book.
Wow, my brain just like really? I need to also like reread this book. It's time. But I don't know. I think it's more just like what makes Cassian, besides the sexiness of him, such a magical book boyfriend is kind of his persistence in knowing that like Nesta is more than she lets on to other people. Like, and that even not that anyone needs to endure abuse to be like a worthy boyfriend. Because I think Nesta's really fucking shitty to him for a lot. But I think it's like the depth of what they have is, even though she is kind of an asshole for especially like courting the the Christmas special, whatever it's called.
Oh my
Frosted
gosh, that was
Starlight.
so crazy.
That will be our Christmas
We're
Christmas
doing it
special.
for Christmas.
Will
Yeah.
be Silver Flames. So
The
Not
Christmas
Silver
special.
not Silver Flames, Frost and Starlight.
Frost
Yeah.
and Starlight. There we go. I was like, I don't remember. You know, she was like terrible in that book to him, but like I just think he sees her depth, her like the growth and the potential that she has, and like who she is past all of that, and that's all really like a facade. And I think that's what makes it so special. Is like he doesn't give up on her, and
Yeah.
but the sex is also a part of that too. Like that makes it fun, you know, because
We could do the one. We silhouette it.
The
Yeah,
one
back
the
that
dining
wing
room
silhouette. Yeah, I love that.
yeah, Batwing silhouette.
Because that is a part of
Asriel's
their
like,
like teasing
My
each
wings
other
are bigger, and then walks out.
Yes, it's totally a part. Yeah. I think that's so important. I think that it's really important too that we see that from him like day one, you know? He meets her and he's like, "Uh-huh. I see that you are deeply traumatized.
Mhm.
And this bullshit you're pulling is very silly sometimes. And it is just that. Like it's that he continues to show up for her.
Yeah.
Like she calls him like a series of horrible names and is like, "Get out of my sight." And he's like, "All right, see you tomorrow."
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
consistency. And that's, I mean, not what you should look for in a partner.
No.
But this goes back to me thinking about the parallels between like my own traumatized youth that I have that I take care of, and like how even when like people who have endured trauma, they need people in their lives that recognize that that is not them.
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
not who they are. That's something they are doing. And it's something they are doing because people leave them. That's what people do.
Mhm.
People leave and it's hard. And so it's a lot easier if I make you leave
Right.
than if you decide you don't like me all of a sudden and decide to leave. It's easier if it's in my control. And that's a lot of what she's doing. And so not that like nobody deserves to endure abuse, and she is shitty. And I
Mhm.
think he recognizes that it is a facade to try and get him to leave
Yeah.
so that she doesn't get attached.
And we have to give him big credit for like the emotional quotient that takes, because we watch everyone else in her life take it at face value. They're like, "Man,
She sucks.
Nesta sucks."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yes, Nesta does suck sometimes. And somebody help her.
Yeah, somebody get this girl into
Mhm.
therapy.
Yes.
So I think that's really, I think that's how we pull Cassian's character
We
in.
just have him there. Like
Yeah.
when important things
Always
are happening for her, he's there.
and
Mhm.
yeah, then the dining room scene silhouetted.
Yeah.
In a way that makes this a PG-13 movie.
We can do some romantic kisses.
Sure, some romantic kisses are good. And then she tells him she loves him at the end.
Yes.
I think he has to say it back in the
Yeah,
play.
I think
we
he said,
overscripted it.
in my brain, he says it back. I can't believe that.
It's wild. It's,
Emma
I
was
know.
mad about it. She texted me when we were reading it. She was like, "What?"
why did he not say it back? Because he does. Like, they are fated mates.
Yeah.
Their
Mhm.
souls touch. We hate when their souls touch.
It's in our
Yeah.
trailer. She knows.
It's in our it's in our trailer. She knows it's true. We hate when their souls touch, but like their souls touch. They are mates. Like he probably does love her, and he never says it, and that pisses me off because she is finally vulnerable, and it's like I love
Mhm.
you, and he's like, cool.
Yeah,
So
I
we're
like-
writing it in.
Yeah, write it in. Take your things
Yeah,
into your
so-
own hands.
Yep, he has to love her back, just like we wrote out Reese and Farah.
Yes.
This ends at the end of the right.
Yeah.
With a girl power moment.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
he
the
doesn't get
story's-
to be there for that
No,
part.
he's not. He is not the be all end all.
Yeah.
He is a person who is also there for her, but she has found multiple people who are there for her, and it's a really sweet moment with the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it ends, and it's super cute.
Mhm.
And then there's bows, and that's the end of that show.
For sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Think we did it.
Did we do anything else? Did we miss anything important?
I don't think so. I think it was very thorough, and it was fun to like be a part of the creative process of all of it.
Awesome, yay. Well, should we do our segment? Do you want to be part of this segment, Taylor?
Yeah, let's go. Why not? Well,
Okay. It is time for a segment the Hall of Shame. In this segment, we bring books to each other that are not right for the pod and or
No.
not right for anyone's human eyes. And we talk about their synopsis and how people have received them. And if you want to read them, they're there for you.
It is worth saying what we didn't say last time, in that these books might be great, and we don't know because we didn't read them.
No,
So if
they
you
have
love this book, we didn't read it.
we just read the synopsis and said it's crazy.
Because it is.
So, Taylor has brought us something today.
We're so
Go
excited.
for it, Taylor.
Okay, well, it's called the Belinda Blinked series. So you have not heard of this, correct?
No.
Okay. So how I discovered this book series, it's terrible. It's actually so bad. And there's a podcast called My Dad Wrote a Porno. And it is just a podcast of them reading this book series written by his father. And his father's page name is Rocky Flintstone. And it's literally a
I'm
porn.
sorry, his stage name is what?
Rocky Flintstone. And he wrote, and they read the books aloud on the podcast. And it's literally a porn. And it's called Belinda Blinked because I'm going to try not to butcher this, but every time he's writing, it's terrible writing. It's the worst. These are the worst books. And it's just really bad porn, but it has a crazy, insane plot. And every time he's and then Belinda blinked. And then it's something happened after she blinked. So it's called Belinda Blinked. And then
Awesome.
Belinda blinked. But I can't. I listened to this
mid-porn?
forever ago. Yeah, mid everything. She'll just blink, and then you're okay, great, glad that that's the name of the book series. But it's a wild ride, and there's multiple seasons and multiple books, and they're
Wow.
reading aloud the porno that his father had written, and it's so funny.
That's wild. That's crazy.
So this does double duty as an absolutely wild podcast recommendation then.
Yeah. You need a crazy podcast? Go watch or go listen to My Dad Wrote a Porno.
Yes,
Oh my god.
it's very
Wow.
good. Very
This
bad.
is just further proof that men shouldn't be writing smut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure should not. For sure should not.
Well, and not from the perspective of women.
No.
Mm-mm.
Men.
No, she's this
the only way.
sexy, she's an international woman of business, and it's all about these
Uh-huh.
business trips that she goes on and
Sure.
sleeps her way to the top, but then also fights crime.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. You
awesome.
wouldn't believe how this story evolves because no one would believe that it would ever evolve in the way that
No.
And you've listened to the whole thing.
I might be behind on a season or something because at a certain point I binged this, and then my whole life was this book and Belinda Blinked, and I was I need to move on. I need to do some other stuff, and I need to get out of this universe. So I actually might not be really caught up, and I don't remember it. I would re-listen now, because it's so good and it's so funny. So that's what I
Awesome.
got.
That's
the Belinda
awesome.
Blinked series.
Well, you are way ahead of us because we have never even read more than just the ratings and summaries of these books. So you have full actual recommendation level Hall of Shame. So
So there we go.
awesome.
Just off the top of my
All
head,
right.
so I know.
That
I know what
was
I can do.
perfect. Thank you for sharing your Hall of Shame. Maddie, you got a Hall of Shame for us?
Oh, now I feel like I should do the other one.
Do you want to do the other one while I do this one? Or do you want to go look for the other one while I do this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The book I have brought for the Hall of Shame today is called Mating with Mallows. In the cover
Is
is Peeps. No. What?
It has 2.71 stars on Goodreads. Out of 2,833 ratings. And here is the summary of this book, or the description of this book. Cecilia Reynolds has hated sweets ever since she was a child. particularly those of the pastel Easter candy variety. This earns her teasing from friends and colleagues due to the passionate nature of her vehemence. But
What?
can one chance encounter with a sentient marshmallow wrap?
Okay.
With sentient marshmallow rabbit hunks change her mind about this aversion
This is-
forever?
Reverse harem peeps.
Not reverse harem peeps. Sentient marshmallow.
No, sentient marshmallow hunks.
Aversion.
Yes, I brought you reverse harem with sentient marshmallow rabbit hunks.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm blown away by that. I'm so surprised that you found such a thing to exist. Who wrote that? Like,
The Nora Noodle writing reviews. This person didn't give it any stars at all.
zero stars, yeah.
Pure stars.
But the rating says, I gotta pull my shit together. God gave me eyes, and I abused them. Give me, Father.
My fault. My fault for having eyes. My bad.
Oh my god. This one says, I'm glad I didn't like peeps in the first place, because there's no way I could eat them after this. 27 pages of gross sticky erotica with 2 sticky marshmallows.
Yeah.
Like, they're sentient. Money Marshmallow Men, you'd think this would be fun, but sadly it was not.
Why would you think this would be fun, actually?
I'm so blown
Person
away.
said, I don't know a single person who likes marshmallows enough for this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
Oh my god. This one says, to quote my husband, so instead of Netflix and chill, it's Mallow and swallow. Yes. Anyway, that's what I brought you. That's what I brought you today.
This is why I do have to read the more insane of my options.
Okay. All right.
This actually was just the first Google. I did more research after this because I was like, I can't read that. This is just the first Google result when you look up romantasy books with an insane premise.
Yeah,
It is called Morning Glory Milking Farm.
Not the milking farm.
Okay, yeah.
Let's
Be
go.
afraid. So the lead characters are a woman, and we're gonna get there. I'm gonna read you this description. Violet is a typical down on her luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt, on the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab at it with both hands. No, don't. Emma's grabbing at it with both hands, folks.
No, don't.
Morning Glory Milking Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef with the manly media endowments to match. Milking minotaurs isn't something Violet ever considered as a career.
Not minotaurs? Oh my god.
These grade A certified prime beef.
I will
Minotaurs.
not. I don't think I can say it with my human mouth, but you have to understand that they don't have udders. Okay, we're almost done. When a stern, deep-voiced client begins to specially request her for his milking session,
No.
taking her professionalism and keeping him out of her dreams is easier said than done. Violet is resolved to make a dent in her student loans and afford name brand orange juice. And a one-sided crush on an out-of-her-league minotaur is not part of the plan. All right. People give this thing almost 4 whole stars on Goodreads.
What?
I cannot describe to you I opened the reviews. Okay, I didn't pre-look for these. This one it says listen, and it has the pointer finger emoji, and then it has pictures of the bull cop from Zootopia, and that's actually where we're leaving that. I won't look anymore. I don't want to.
I don't want
awesome.
to. That's it.
That's all. That's it. Awesome. Well, with that, thank you for joining us, Taylor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us on our episode of Court of Silver Flames.
Absolutely.
We really
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
It was
Yeah.
such a good time.
I loved it.
I felt like it was a total shot in the dark to just like shoot you a DM and be like, hey, do you want to do this? And then you messaged me back and I was like,
She came to me and she was like, Maddie,
oh my God,
you
Maddie,
don't understand.
this is so exciting.
Celebrity.
A celebrity guest.
You guys are crazy with that celebrity. That's celebrity's crazy.
But yeah, so thank you so much for joining us, Taylor. And thank you, dear listener, for joining us on this journey through our collective 3 mind palaces. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Our editing on Page to Stage is done by Emma.
Our music is by A Strange Mood Productions. Thank you for building us these sick beats.
If you want to contact us, that's at Page to Stage Pod on Instagram, or you can send us an email at pagetostagepod@gmail.com. Our Instagram is run by a tiny feral raccoon. We love her a lot.
And we love you a lot. We'll see you next time. I can't read. My vowels are so watery.
No.
Not the watery vowels.
Not the watery vowels.